What are we doing with this when we finish with it?
Oh, thank you. Well, good evening, everybody. Hello. On this rainy evening, and it stopped, so this is a perfect night. Thank you all for coming out tonight to listen to our music. Behind us, we have the very talented 10-piece Bob Gray Orchestra, playing both the big band swing sound and a little bit of rock, for those of you that want to get up here and boogie. Jim, you're on my dance card. And something I didn't know, and I was looking up their bio, that the band has been together since 1973. The orchestra has been in existence. So they've been playing since they've been 2, right? You've been playing since you were 2? Yeah? Okay. But we are really honored to have them back. I'm just glad to have music back at Otterbein after this crazy year we've had. So, yes. So please join me in welcoming the great Bob Gray Orchestra, and everybody have a great night. And there's a dance floor here for a reason. So I want to see some dancing. So thank you.
Thank you, Rhonda. It's indeed our pleasure to play for this evening. It's been over a year, so we're glad to be back. And a little plug here, we're going to be back, I think, November 11th on Veterans Day. We'll have...
Mike's not on here.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's on.
Okay, it's on, they said. Anyway, we're glad to be back here. We're going to be playing Veterans Day thing, and also a New Year's Eve day, it's New Year's Eve on the 31st of December, but it's going to be, the ball's going to drop at 12 noon. So a little different there. Hey, we're so excited. This is the first time that we've had all 10 pieces here. So we're really looking forward to that. And to celebrate that, I had a friend write a little fanfare, Chet Bausch. All the guys in the band know him. But we've never played it. He's never heard it. So Rhonda's kind enough to videotape it for us. So here's our opening fanfare, and then we'll get started with the regular program. Okay, drum roll. 3, 1.
Okay, we're going to start right out with a nice Glenn Miller tune, one of his best-known tunes called In the Mood.
One, two.
Thank you. You are welcome, as Rhonda said, to come on out the dance floor at your leisure. The next tune's a nice waltz, a very good tune to dance to, if you waltz. This features Bob Gray on the alto sax. It's called the Tennessee Waltz.
Two bars.
Thank you. That was also Mr. Chuck Young on the guitar back there with a Chet Atkins clone. Chuck Young. And on piano, the world's from Beaver Creek, Ohio, Mr. Ron Meyer. I might mention on the first tune that I believe that was Ron Purvis on the solo on the very first tune we did, and he comes all the way from Hamilton, Ohio to play for you. He walked. Right. Okay. All right, we're going to do a Latin tune at this time. If people like to do the rumba, here is Spanish Eyes. Thank you. Spanish Eyes, also known as Moon Over Naples, but everybody knows it more as Spanish Eyes, done by Al Martino. Now, another person who played on In the Mood, I didn't identify at the time because he's going to be coming out front now to sing one for you, Mr. Mark Funky from somewhere in northern Kentucky, all the way up here. So I'll let him introduce the song.
Well, this is a song from a movie of the same name that Liza Minnelli was in with Robert De Niro back in the late 70s. And the name of the song, too, it's called New York, New York. Frank Sinatra made it very popular. One, two, four. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray and step around the heart of it. New York, New York. I want to wake up in a city that doesn't sleep, to find I'm king of the hill, top of the heap. My little town blues are longing to stray. I'll step around the heart of it. New York, New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York. I want to wake up in a city that doesn't sleep, to find I'm king of the hill, head of the list, cream of the crop at the top of the heap. My little town blues, they are melting away. I'm gonna make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. Come on, come through, New York, New York. Hey, thank you.
Okay, I introduced Mr. Chuck Young from Springfield a little bit earlier on guitar over here, but he also sings really well, and this is what he's going to do at this time. It's a nice tune that was done by the Casinos, a very nice ballad to dance to. This is probably a very good tune to play at wedding receptions. It's called Then You Can Tell Me Goodbye.
If it don't work out. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, ready, set, go.
don't work out, if it don't work out, then you can tell me why. Sweeten my coffee with a morning kiss, soften my dreams with your sigh. Tell me you love me for 1,000,000 years. And if it don't work out, if it don't work out, then you can tell me goodbye. Go. Oh, I won't tell you no, just so that we can see you try. Then you can tell me for 1,000,000 years. If it don't work out, if it don't work out, tell me goodbye. Thank you.
Ron, do you hear anything behind you?
Check.
Yes. You hear that? Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do a tune that I believe was a big hit 51 years ago. It sounds like an oldie, but it was done by what was called then the Chicago Transit Authority, an entity which has plenty of my money over the years. But then they shortened their name to Chicago. I forget the reason for this title, but it's an energetic rock tune called 25 or 6 to 4.
Two bars up tempo. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
How many of you remember that song? I actually have the record back when there were still LPs that were made. I don't know where it is, but I've had it. So enough with Chicago for now. We're going to do a little south of the border here. We did a rumba earlier. We're going to do a cha-cha this time. It's called Cha-Cha Cantabile by world-renowned composer Rusty Diedrich.
Fortunately, it's much like the other thing.
Okay, we're going to bring Mark back the microphone now for the nice Van Morrison tune. Van Morrison was known as a rocker, but this is actually a swing number and a very good one. It's a good tune called Moon Dance.
Am I? Do I have it? Yeah. Oh, Portuguese. And you want it on Portuguese here? You gonna sing it in Portuguese? Yeah. Because they were asking.
There's a mic down here.
Marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars of the mother to ride. A fantabulous night to the romance. There's a cover out to the sky, and all the leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breezes that blow. And I'm trying to please to the calling of the heartstrings that plays on the low. You know, magic seems to wax whatever, and all the sunlight seems to shine in your blood. One more little dance with you, my love. Can I just make some more dance with you, my love? I wanna make love to you tonight. I can't wait till the morning has come, and I know now the time is just right, and straight into my arms you will run. And when you come, my heart will be waiting to make sure that you're never alone. There and then my dreams will come to dear. There and then I'll make it my home. Every time I touch you, just travel inside, and I know how much you want me back.
play as many as you want, Mark.
Okay, I introduced you to our trumpet player on the end. I might mention that Mr. Ron Purvis played on the Bob Braun Show many years ago. How many ever saw the Bob Braun Show? Anybody? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Well, Ron's going to be featured on the next tune, but also next to him, our lead trumpet, Mr. Eric Knorr. They're going to do a retired Air Forceman band in flight. They're going to do a flugelhorn duet on a very nice tune that was done. Billy Preston did this with Sarita Wright. It's actually a waltz. Feel free to dance. It's called With You I'm Born Again.
That's the house mic. The other mic to your right is RP. Yeah.
2 bars. 1, 2, 3, 1. Ready, go. Eric and Ron, the Flugelhorn twins. Great job, guys. And one thing, we've been playing with a smaller band at the Milton Club once a month, and one thing, we have to play every set a tune that brings back memories from the days when I played up near Minster, Ohio, and it's a polka. So we're going to do a polka at this time called Beer Barrel Polka. Remember, don't let it get too fast. Yeah. All right, how about a hand for our dancers?
Thank you, Sissy and Bobby. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Myron Flora.
Yes, that was Ron Meyer on the accordion.
Thank you, Bobby.
Seeing people doing what looks like a line dance makes me think maybe we should do a line dance this time. What do you think? Everybody up for a line dance? Here's a Brooks and Dunn tune called The Boot Scootin' Boogie.
Why don't you play on this one, Steve? Steve, why don't you play on this one? Try it.
No, I'm not going to.
You try it.
Give it a try.
We'll do 6 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. going to bring Mark back the microphone this time with another Blue Eyes tune, good Frank Sinatra tune. It's called Fly Me to the Moon.
People get my Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my world with song. Let me sing forevermore. You are all I want, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Frank Sinatra.
Okay, we're going to bring back our fearless leader on alto sax. Here's Mr. Bob Gray with a Patsy Cline tune. If I say Patsy Cline, everybody's going to think of one tune probably. We should have picked it for our theme song. It's called Crazy.
Why is the leader?
Yeah, why not feature? Because I wrote the chart, I want rest there. No, I meant the title.
We got it. We got it.
Yeah.
One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now.
solo.
Okay, before we take our little break here, and Rhonda, do you have recorded music during a break, or do we need to play something? You're good. That's good to hear. All right, we're going to play one tune that was done by another great big band era band, and this is a tune that we play to death. It features a lot of the guys in the band. It was called Woody Herman's The Woodchopper's Ball. Thank you. That was Linda Landis on the bass trombone player, along with Mark Funke on tenor and Ron Purvis on the trumpet. The only two guys that didn't introduce yet are both named Steve. How about that? On the drums, Mr. Steve Harris back here. Yes, there is a drummer. And the other Steve behind me here, our friendly postal carrier from Dayton, Mr. Steve Chenoweth. We'll be back in 15 minutes.
Your heart is aching and tears will fall as you recall the moon in all its splendor, the kiss so very tender, the world. Will you surrender?